Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. It's another sunny and hot day here in Portugal. And yeah, it's Friday as well. So the weekend, it's right ahead. What do I have to say about the markets, right? Well, since yesterday, since New York AM session, price has been really accumulating and consolidating. It doesn't have done much since New York AM session. As you can see here, price is trading in a range, let me just check, in a 20 handle range, about that. But we got some kind of a wick to the downside here on the 1 minute. We got some displacement, which we can see on higher time frames as a wick to the downside. And yeah, at 8:30 we got some news as well. And since 8:30, price is trying to reach for something above it. We are now trading inside a 15-minute fair value gap, a bearish one. And yeah, we have some news. 9:45 Michigan, 9:45 Chicago PMI, and then we will have some 10 a.m. news. As you can see here, University of Michigan sentiment final as well. So I will probably wait for the disclose of those news and wait to see if price will give us something in between those time windows, or in between 10 a.m. or 9:50 to 10:10 macro. So yeah, what about my bias and what about what I'm expecting from the market, right? That's the main question, and that's what I would like to share with you as well. So looking at the previous days here and looking at the previous day low, so at 8:30 or 8 a.m. we took out previous day low here, as you can see. The low was formed at precisely at noon from yesterday's price action, and we took it at 8 a.m. Since we have this displacement on a pre-market situation, on a pre-market time window, I can eventually presume that this might be a manipulation to the downside, and we will try to seek higher, taking out all the liquidity that is left behind here from these highs. We have relative equal highs here. We have the N wall here right above us as well. Lookout price rejected event horizon, and honestly, we are trading or trying to get above the weekly bearish fair value gap as well. So price already bounced from it multiple times, as you can see here. It bounced here, it came above here, it bounced here, it bounced here, and yeah, I'm expecting eventually another bounce to the upside, taking out these relative equal highs here, as you can see. This is the pre-London high, which was not taken. So these are relative equal highs as well. So I guess my main bias is kind of bullish. Yesterday I was kind of off with my bias. I was expecting some bullish reaction here, but yeah, it didn't happen. Maybe I was anticipating myself, and my bias was kind of anticipated. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for on today's action. Since we got a clear rejection of event horizon here, price really left some relative equal highs on the upside as well. So right now we are trading inside this bearish 15-minute fair value gap, probably trying to invert it. We stopped right at the midpoint of it, the consequent encroachment. And yeah, right above we have midnight open as well. So let's see what price really wants to do as soon as we open. I don't mind if we get some more manipulation to the downside as soon as we open at 9:30. But this fair value gap here should eventually hold, and then bring us to the upside in between the macro. So this is what I'm expecting. But keep in mind that, as you can see here, price is zigzagging a lot. And since it's Friday, we might as well continue this zigzag and this consolidation box, because usually the Friday price action can eventually be some non-decisive, can present as a non-decisive action. So keep that in mind as well, and try not to go full port on both sides. Okay. So yeah, I will wait here a bit more. And try to see what will happen as soon as we open. We have about 2 minutes before the open, and yeah, let's enjoy this session and let's try to do a better job than the previous days and eventually the previous weeks that I admit that have been quite hard for me. Uh, Usually, when I interact with price does not do what I want it to do. But yeah, it's sometimes the market just just present us with that type of price action. I usually tend to miss these couple of weeks and eventually days, as you can see here. I tend to miss big moves because these moves happen outside New York AM session, and yeah, it's kind of difficult to play a market when the moves just happen outside of the time window that we are expecting. But yeah, sometimes the market and price action can eventually do stuff like that, and we have to keep that in mind and prepare ourselves for that type of situations. So 1 minute before the market open. Price now is now trying to get above the 15-minute fair value gap here. So we got the 9:30 candle open, displacing to the downside, just like I was expecting. So far, no surprises. So I want this fair value gap here to hold. Keep in mind that we are trading inside or near the limits of the weekly bearish fair value gap here, which is an important point of interest. Down here below, we got another NWOG here, and this shaded area here is the weekly volume imbalance that should not be traded into because we already did it somewhere. Let me check here. Yeah, on a 15-minute, you can see that it wicked down below the weekly volume imbalance. So this should give us another move to the upside, honestly. So 9:30 open, we got some kind of a down close candle. No first presented fair value gap yet. Bullish PD arrays being respected for now. Another one here, as you can see. So, but I don't mind. I don't mind the price really come for these lows. But it should not get below this fair value gap here. Otherwise, we might get a market structure shift here and a continuation to the downside since we are leaving the 15-minute fair value gap here, the bearish one, as a rejection on the midpoint of it. So let's see. Keep in mind that we will have at 9:45 some news. It doesn't appear here on TopStep. I don't know why. It says that we will have University of Michigan sentiment final at 10 p.m. at 10 a.m. But as you can see on, if I check it, if I check the forex factory calendar, economic calendar, it doesn't appear there. I don't know why, honestly. But yeah, I will keep that in mind and be cautious with it because I don't want to be trapped um inside of a news driver volatility. So yeah, just waiting. Let me mark the this is the 4 hour candle low as sell side liquidity. Let me just be a bit more precise here. And yeah, we will have the 6 a.m. high, which is this one here, as the buy side liquidity for the 4 hour candle high. Yeah, it has some confluence with these relative equal highs here. So right now we are still waiting for some type of first presented fair value gap. No fair value gap here. Since the open, I'm checking NQ, and NQ is doing something similar. Yeah, keep in mind that we have some type of an SMT with NQ. If you look at the, let me just check here. Let me just check here. Where is it? I just saw it. Yeah, I guess we have an SMT with NQ on the higher time frames. So so far, price rejected the 15-minute fair value gap here. I will put this a little bit more to our left just to know what these areas are. So I hope you can see them as well. So right now we already took these lows. So right now what I would like to see is a comeback to the upside. And if we really come back to the upside and try to once again invert the 15-minute fair value gap, I guess we can eventually expect higher prices. These highs here would be the low hanging fruit. Otherwise, if we come back down below, if we invert this one, the bullish one, I can eventually expect a run to lower sell side here. But right now, we just have to wait. Keep in mind that we don't have any first presented fair value gap here, especially on ES. On NQ, we already got it. Yeah, this is the candle that represents the first presented fair value gap. We are retracing back to it. So far, since 9:30, we only got a down move here, so nothing bullish right now. We still have about 6 minutes before the Chicago PMI news. I really don't know why it doesn't show here on TopStep. It's kind of weird, and this one doesn't actually show on forex factory. But yeah, I guess we will have to wait to see if it will move a lot or not. So what about you guys? Have you been doing well these last couple of days, weeks? What is your trading been doing? Have you been doing well? Have you have you been able to profit from markets, or have you been at a break even stage or in drawdown? Um, these couple of days have been kind of hard for me, honestly. That's why I'm demoing right now. I don't feel that my edge it's kind of working on these types of environments. So price really debating here with this fair value gap. It doesn't know if it wants to invert it or just to respect it. Price came outside of it, but retraced right back into it. Um, so it shows us that price is kind of waiting for something, or eventually just respecting the bearishness of price right now. So when Q presented us with the first presented fair value gap, and it's kind of a bearish one, it retraced back into it, and it came a little bit down, but not with the willingness to go lower. Yeah, the last couple of hours, if you look at the 4 hour, we have one, two, three, four, five, five candles, five, um, five small candles, which represent about 20 hours of trading, where price does not have a clear direction, and where price is just zigzagging and trying to consolidate, presenting us with wicks to the downside. It's kind of tough environment here, but I'm expecting us to get out of this situation. I'm not convinced if we will do this on a Friday, but I'm expecting so. Otherwise, it will. Otherwise, it will continue to consolidate. So 2 minutes for Chicago PMI. Let's see if the market will move a lot or not with this type of news driver. So far, no first presented fair value gap here on ES. And Q is a bit lower right now. We got some type of an SMT here at these lows. So NQ already took this low here, while ES is still here on the upside. So 9:45, Chicago PMI should release now. So the market should move a bit here. There we go. Nice displacement to the upside here. We are 5 minutes before the macro as well. Price now below midnight open and below 9:30 open. We have 8:30 open right here below this fair value gap here. So not that big of a move here with Chicago PMI. Well, so far we rejected here the midpoint of the bearish fair value gap. We traded down, tried to get above it once again, rejected once again, but it doesn't show as the willingness to get lower, especially on ES. We are still waiting for some kind of a first presented fair value gap here as well. Yeah, but we might have I might have missed this one. No, it's not a fair value gap here. Yeah, it's not. And you cannot consider this one here because the 9:30 candle should never represent a first presented fair value gap because this is the volatility present at the opening. So you have to not consider this one as the first presented fair value gap. You should search for the first presented after 9:31. Yeah, so far nothing to work with, honestly. We are still waiting. ES finally came outside of this fair value gap here, took out these lows, bounced off the fair value gap that was presented at 830, and now let's see if it really holds or if price really wants to come a bit lower here. NQ is also disrespecting that this fair value gap here. We are entering the macro hour as well, so 9:50. So right now, price is really disrespecting the 830 fair value gap. Let me just check the 3 minutes. Yeah, on the 3 minutes, price came to the 15-minute fair value gap, rejected the midpoint of it, displaced down below, inverted this bullish fair value gap here. So I think we can eventually consider lower prices. Especially in between 950 here. Price now trading below 830 open. Just check the 3 minutes. So another lows we're taking here. And bearish fair value gaps are being respected. You can see here a displacement to the downside. This one here got inverted. This is an inversion. So the 15-minute is kind of respected here. This one should be inverted as well. So now let's look at some projections here just to see where price is and where price can eventually go if we respect this bearish order flow. Price stopped right at minus 1.5 standard deviation. Minus 2.5 standard deviation has some confluence with the 4-hour candle low, and minus 4 with the consequent encroachment, so the midpoint of the weekly fair value gap here. So notice how price just came outside of this fair value gap, but it came right back into it. Let me just check the 3 minute. 3 minutes should give us some kind of an order block here, which is this candle. So I will probably wait for price to reach this level and see how it will react to it. So order block, bearish one. Yeah, rejecting the midpoint of the inverted fair value gap here. It's taking some time to see if price will come a bit higher or if it will just bounce to the downside. Yeah, nice reaction here. Price reaching for the order block. So as soon as it hits the order block, if we have some type of change in the state of delivery, I will probably engage with shorts. But if not, I will maintain my bias, my bullish bias, and try to reach for these relative equal highs here. So this one right here on ES is the first presented fair value gap. It's kind of messy right now in this chart. Too much info. So Mm. This is the 10 a.m. news. Michigan, Michigan sentiment finally, yes. So price really came to the order block. Then let's see if we will this place higher or not. If we get above the first presented fair value gap, I will maintain my my bullish bias. If we cannot deliver above it, I will probably seek for lower prices. There we go. Nice displacement here. So the bearishness got inverted. So right now I'm looking for longs. And this should be our low hanging fruit here. Let's see if we got any type of chance to get into any trade here. Price is really displacing to the upside now. I will try to wait for some type of retracement. So this high got taken here. Playing right once again inside the inverted fair value gap here. At this point, I will put some limit buys inside this fair value gap here. So let's see if we get tagged in or not. Yeah, price didn't take this in about I don't know. Yeah, it was a fraction of a handle. So let's see if we got another opportunity here. Price really should give us this entry here, honestly. And now it's just moving to the upside for our drawn liquidity, which are these highs here. Now we'll wait for another opportunity, probably a retrace to the order block here. Yeah, but so far the read was on price action was kind of fine. Really liked how price was acting. So right now we are at the midpoint of the 15-minute fair value gap once again. Midnight open, 9:30 open as well. Yeah, I guess I wasn't manning to a too precise of a move here on price action. Yeah, it didn't get filled for about 0.5, 0.25 handles. So a quarter of a handle. So 950 macro is almost ending as well. It just gave us this upside move here. I need to keep my myself hydrated. I'm sorry. So at this point, I will not chase price. If it wants to go directly to this drawn liquidity that we were expecting, I will just let it run. Honestly, I would like to see price taking a retrace into at least into this fair value gap here before taking these highs. Price kind of stopped right now. We are reaching the end of the macro hour as well. So we left this high here, we we were not able to take out this high yet. And let's see if price will start some type of a retrace here. That would be good. What about you guys? Have you been able to enter the long position here, or are you just observing price action and try to do something later? Or did you enter this bearish manipulation leg here? Yeah, I could have been a bit more aggressive here, but I was trying to get price reach into at least the first presented fair value gap here. But yeah, it didn't came for it. It just delivered to the upside. And there we go. Price taking out this high, getting above the 15-minute fair value gap as well. It would have been a zero drawdown trade if I could have entered this. Um, but yeah, sometimes we are right and we can see what price is doing, but we are not able to interact with it, and that's fine, I guess. We still have some liquidity to the upside here. Let me just check the 3 minutes. So no order block offered here still. The 2 minutes. It would be nice to see price coming at least for an order block. So we got this fair value gap here. We got another one here. And this we can consider eventually a double one. I like to consider it just like this. And it would be nice to see price coming down here. That way we would form some type of an order block as well. Let's see if we get a chance to. That way my stop would be a bit larger than expected, but yeah. But I will not interact here, honestly. And price can really do this, and it's logical for price just to come here and boom to the upside and take out these relative equal highs and the buy side liquidity as the 4 hour candle high. But where should I put my stop, right? I should have, if I take an entry here, I need to put my stop below this fair value gap, below this order block, and eventually below this other fair value gap. So it would be a massive stop. It would be some type of a one-to-one trade. And yeah, that's not what we look for. So price really stopped at 0.5 standard deviation. So the projection here is gaining some confidence. The next step should be -1. The price seems like it will go for another run. This fair value gap really held here, but yeah, like I said, I will not chase it. I didn't have a chance to get in here down below. So yeah, price is trying to get some support above the 15-minute fair value gap here. Let's see if we get another retrace down or if it will just complete the move to the upside on these relative equal highs. So right now I will take out my limit buy and see if price retraces back down a bit, offering us some type of entry. Guess it will be hard since we are in a Monday as well, in a Friday as well. I'm sorry. Let me just check the higher time frames here, the 3 minute. Yeah, so the 3 minute, it would be nice to see the 3 minute come down here, at least at midnight open, and before taking out these highs. We'll come down here to the midnight open, midpoint of the 15-minute fair value gap as well. This should be a good point to eventually get an entry. But I don't know really if price will offer us that opportunity. If you look into the 4-hour chart, you can see that yesterday we kind of inverted a bullish fair value gap, and now price is struggling with the midpoint of it. So this point right here, just right here, is the midpoint of that inverted fair value gap. So it would be acceptable for price to come down a bit, react to that midpoint. But honestly, I would like to see some stretch to the upside. So yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, if you are taking some value out of the stream, just push the like button. It will help with some type of engagement, and it will help to gather some more people around us. Um, uh, I tend to believe that the more we are, the more value we can eventually gather. I'm sorry, this is my bell ringing. I don't know who's here. Um, but yeah, try to give us some likes to the channel. If you're not following the channel, yeah, just press the follow button as well. I try to be here every day, trying to read the market, doing some analysis as well. And yeah, you will find um, a full you will find a full a full-time trader, or trying to be a full-time trader here. That's the only thing that I do right now. Um, Trying to get funded, trying to get some payouts, and trying to make a living from trading. So yeah, I have full transparency about what I'm doing. Um, and as you can see, I have no problem to say that I'm demoing again for a couple of days, because I didn't find that my edge was working. Um, so yeah, you can eventually find some value here, and if you really find that value here, just give me a like, and subscribe to the channel as well. I guess I guess that it will make a difference. Not at the end of the day, but in a couple of weeks, probably, or months, we will be more here, and yeah, we can eventually learn from each other and share some ideas, and try to grow together. Because honestly, trading is a lonely profession. It's a lonely place to be. It's just you and the charts, and if you have nobody to talk with about trading, yeah, that's kind of tough. The price kind of stopped, as you can see, it kind of stopped outside the macro, which is usual as well. That's why I decided to not engage with it here, because we were already outside the macro. Usually we can consider a macro to macro movement. So the movement starts at 950 to 1010 and will stretch to 1050 to 1110. But since it's Friday, price can eventually be a little bit slower and can eventually take a little bit more time and do some harder and harsher retraces. That's why I decided not to engage on this fair value gap. And honestly, I was expecting some type of a retrace to the downside, at least at some OTE levels. OTE levels right now are kind of low here, which is the middle of the range. It would be interesting to see if price comes down at least at midnight open before taking out these highs. Because if we take out these highs and then we start to retrace, I will not engage with it because we can eventually start that zigzag that price usually does as soon as it takes some measure of liquidity. So yeah, it was unfortunate that I didn't that I wasn't tagged in here. But yeah, I just have to accept it. At least the edge worked, and at least I was right in seeking for higher prices, and yeah, almost, I was almost trying to short here, but fortunately I waited for a confirmation and for a reaction on price. And as soon as I saw this displacement to the upside coming above the first presented fair value gap, I said that, okay, I really was right. And this is the manipulation that 930 offers. And yeah, this was the Judas swing. The Judas swing usually presents itself in between 930 to 10. Here you have the 930 to 950. So you have a swing, which is a swing on the opposite position, on the opposite position that the market really wants to go. So the Judas swing, and then as soon as I saw the inversion of these bearish PD arrays with strength and with displacement to the upside, yeah, that confirmed my bias, and that really said to me, okay, you will play along um, near the first presented fair value gap in hopes that we will see the first presented fair value gap once again here. I just, as you can see, I put it a little bit above it, but it was not enough to get tagged in. Otherwise, it would be a zero drawdown trade, which is always great to see. Honestly, when you have a zero drawdown trade, it really feeds you with good hope and with, yeah, and with good energy, and most of all with confidence, because it really how should I say it, it really um it's a signal of approval that you're doing it the right way. So for those who are watching the stream, if you don't know me, if you don't know, if it is the first time that you're seeing me streaming or trading live, my name is Miguel. I'm from Portugal, and I'm trading here from Portugal. Um, and yeah, I'm a full time trader right now, trying to get a to make a career out of it. And yeah, I would like to know about you guys. I would like to know where you come from, Um, what do you do for a living if you're just trading as well? If you do something else besides trading, if you are starting the trading journey, if you're in your trading journey for a long time now, yeah, just talk to me and share some of your experience as well. That way, it won't feel like a monologue. That way, I can eventually and actually talk with you guys and share some ideas and some knowledge and some experiences as well. So so yeah, don't mind to to chat here. I will try to answer your questions and try to engage with you as well. So if you have any ideas, any trading ideas, anything that you would like to share, just put them in the chat, and I will try to engage with you guys. Yeah, price continuing to the upside here, trying to displace while drawing liquidity. Nice displacement here. Just another push to the upside, and we are reaching the TP that was supposed to get hit as if we entered the long position here. But yeah, it was a clean tape read. It was a clean price action read. Um, so I'm glad about it, and I'm content with it. ES is now the strongest one. It's reaching the relative equal highs here. NQ is a bit a bit behind. It has some more moves to make to reach for buy side liquidity. Just let me check the 3 minute here once again. So yeah, this whole leg does not have any type of order block or something that we could eventually take as an entry. We might get a formation or of an order block right now, since price is trying to retrace here. So I will be checking this out. So if you get a harsh displacement to the downside and a fast one that stops right away, I would eventually comprehend it as a manipulation to the downside, taking out these lows, and eventually these ones are right here, and that could eventually give us another entry to the upside. But the problem here is that the range is not that big, and it can eventually not give us the risk to reward that we are expecting or that we were expecting. So price action is now kind of slow. But yeah, so far things happened right at right just like I was expecting. I guess the only thing that was not that correct is that I told you guys that I would not like to see this fair value gap here being disrespected. At the end, it was not disrespected, but yeah, we kind of manipulated to the downside, and it would be perfect, and it would eventually not entice anyone to go on shorts if we had a clean um, reaction here. But I guess that's how manipulations work. The manipulation got us here below, it closed below, it gave another hit to the downside. Um, but as soon as I started to see these green candles here reaching for it again, I said to myself, okay, let's see if this will really hold as an inverted PD array or if we go to the upside once again. And I saw, as soon as I saw this candle here, yeah, I see that I was right. So there we go, a retracement to the downside, just like I was talking about. So now let's see where price wants to go. It will probably try to manipulate us below midnight open. But I guess if we come for this fair value gap here, that would be a great, uh, that would be a nice point of interest to see a retrace. So the 3 minute, yeah, just hit midnight open. So let's see if my read of price action was right or not. Yeah, midnight open should eventually hold here. Nice reaction so far from midnight open and 9:30 open. If you look into the 15-minute time frame, you can see that price just retraced back into the order block. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, and inside the bullish 15-minute fair value gap that it's presenting as well. And notice about the time that this retracement is happening. So we are approaching 1050, which is the new macro, to 1110. So let me put this just like that. So 950 to 1010, we started the move, and eventually we can consider the continuation of the move until 1050 to 1110. Price really coming back to midnight opening here. I'm not expecting this fair value gap to hold, honestly. So if we look into OT levels, can eventually expect price to come to these lows right here. We can eventually consider this leg here as well. So this would be the ideal fair value gap. The ideal situation should be something like this, a fast um, a fast displacement to the downside, and then the inversion of bearish PD arrays happening, and then another run to the upside. That would be the cleanest way to deliver. So price really left buy side liquidity as these relative equal highs here to purge. It tried to go there, but it didn't have the strength to do it. And now I would like to see what price really does as soon as it touches this fair value gap here. Just like I told you, the fast displacement to the downside. And now let's see if we got these bearish PD arrays inverted or if we will continue to the downside. It really was a good idea not to engage with this fair value gap here, since we already have taken this high here. And yeah, if I would have chastened price here, I could have ended being caught in this retrace, and my stop probably got hit in here. Well, so far the the only bearish fair value gap that we have here, just to just let me, where is it? Yeah, inverted. Yeah, the only one that we got here is this one. I would like to see, I would have liked to see a bearish PD array somewhere here as well. And that one got inverted, but nice reaction here from price, honestly. Midnight open, just holding. We got the touch on this fair value gap here. So I guess price is now primed to, we got some displacement as well. So I guess price is now primed to go for another run to the upside. But let's wait and see if it really wants to do that or not. Yeah, it seems like. So the wicks did some damage here below midnight open. But if we are really bullish, you should, just like ICT said, when you are bullish, you should look for longs below midnight open. And yeah, we got some here. Let's see if this fair value gap here holds or not. I'm not taking any position right now, just observing. Harsh retracement once again. Yeah, not looking good right now. Midnight open holding once again. Let's just see if we get another run to the upside or not. Yeah, notice how we came above the 15-minute fair value gap here. Got some BPR here right at the top outside of it. Started to deliver to the downside. And now we displaced here as well. So things are not quite clear right now. Looking into OT levels, if we take a measure just from the bottom of it, price has some room to go lower. So it's kind of a tricky situation for longs here. And looking at the 15 minutes, seems like we are inside a range once again. If I zoom out, you can see here we are back into the range. We didn't uh, close above these highs. We were not able to reach for them as well. So yeah, it's kind of tricky right now. Let me just check the 3 minutes. There we go. We got some bearish momentum here. The 2 minutes as well. The 5 minute just retraced back into this fair value gap. I eventually should consider this one a breakaway gap, so we should not consider it being filled right now. Looking at NQ, Okay, it's doing a similar, excuse me, a similar job. Well, and we are, let me check. Yeah, we are 1 hour and 45 minutes into the stream. So a couple more minutes and I will probably close the charts as well. Price came back to midnight open and 9:30 open, and it's really trying to do something. I would like to know what he's trying to do. So far, this is kind of a BPR here, and so far we are respecting the BPR. There we go. So this is a balanced price range. I don't have it here, but I should. Yeah, but let's consider it a bearish fair value gap for now. So it might be possible that price really wants to dig lower, trying to reach for the first presented fair value gap here. I would be convinced for the continuation to the up move if we really invert bearish PD arrays. Otherwise, it can eventually not work. Yeah, but as you can see, price is really slow right now since 10 a.m. It really didn't move much. We have about seven, 7 to 10 handles of a move, which is quite low. And that's usual, and that really happens on Fridays. You have that in mind, and not trying to ask much from price whenever it's Friday. Yeah, see, price respecting bearishness here. So at this point, I would only engage in something if I see a clear displacement to the upside here, taking out this BPR or the fair value gap that's holding price to the upside. And if you look into NQ is really barcoding right now. So I guess the action for the NY AM session just stopped. And yeah, I guess Monday there will be more. Um, I don't expect anything. I really don't expect price to do much right now. It can eventually uh, go to the upside. If you look at the 15 minutes, it's a clear retrace to the fair value gap, and it's right now trying to get above once again. But I needed to see some momentum, and there's no momentum right now. Yeah, and Q it's just barcoding. I think the action already ended, so there is not much to do right now, guys. We just have to keep that in mind that this was kind of an empty macro, as you can see. No action happened in between 10:50 to 11:10. Price trying to get a little bit lower here, and Q a bit weaker than ES. But yeah, but the action is over, and I think the stream will be over too. So guys, thank you for being here. It is a pleasure to be here with you guys as well. Yeah, Monday there will be more. I'm not expecting much to happen in between um, this session and Monday morning. So I will end the stream here. Thank you very much for being there, and thank you very much for engaging as well. If you have anyone that it's interesting in trading, yeah, just tell them that there's a guy trading every day here on YouTube. Maybe they will like what they see here. And yeah, I guess see you next Monday. Have a nice weekend. If you have some sun like we have here in Portugal, just go touch some grass and eventually go to the beach as well. If you have the opportunity to do so, go catch some sun. It will do you well. And yeah, thank you very much for being here, and see you next Monday. Thank you. Thank you, guys.